What's going on, YouTube? How's it going? I hope you guys are having an amazing evening. So I thought it would be really fun to jump in here, hang out, vibe. Been trying some stuff out, making sure that we're having fun, that we're able to vibe and connect and all the good stuff. But I've been seeing things out on the internet. One thing today I shared it today very recently in the TGH family network chat, which is on YouTube. So we went ahead and did that today. What's going on? Oh man, you guys are amazing. So yeah, I seen something today. What's going on? Pride of Texas, Theory, Iron Dog. Here we go. I was taking a look at some videos on my one of my accounts, looking at what's going down on Instagram, and I seen some stuff that I was like, yeah, that really sucks. And it's just down, whatever. Then I went over to YouTube, and then I was like, oh my goodness, this is really cool. And I just caught a glimpse of what it said, and I was like, oh, I want to see this rattlesnake. And I looked to see this rattlesnake, and sadly, the rattlesnake was, it was a bad video. Basically, the rattlesnake had its head cut off, and there was a group of people still playing with the rattlesnake. That really was down. And I thought to myself, why don't we have a recap of 2018? So I wasn't part of all of 2018. To be honest with you, I don't remember what month I came in. I've probably been doing this about 8 months now, somewhere along those lines. While I was looking back, I started looking at the journey that has happened, and I'm pretty excited. I'm very glad to see, where we've gone, what we've been doing, how we've been doing it all, and that's really cool. So we got Exotic Marvel in the house, Theory, Dean, what's going on, my boy Dean? Iron Dog as always. Bam! Oh, I gotta get like that. Bam! There we go. From behind the desk here. So welcome to TGH headquarters. This is where we're going to be doing our digital headquarters stuff. Yes. So, yeah, comments, concerns, all that stuff. Definitely leave them in the comment section so that, we can vibe with you and everything. Definitely appreciate the folks that are coming down. Shelly, what's going on? Pride of Texas, again, what's going down? And Nightbot is on the job. Gotta love that we have Nightbot on the job. So that's what's good with that. So in the beginning of this journey, I was going out, with my boy. We were driving all over the place, and it was expensive stuff. Doing that type of video content was fun, but very expensive, at least for us. So each day we were spending like 50, 100 bucks, sometimes more on the activity of the day. And it was really cool, and I had the time to do it. My schedule worked out in a way to where pretty much I had all of the days available, and I worked a very unique type of night shift, so I still was able to get some rest, but I was still able to get paid. Things went very well during that duration. When that all changed, oh my goodness, let me tell you, it was pretty funny. But it was the passion just got bit by the bug, if you will, or bit by the snake. The venom was in me. I got the herpes. Yep. I got the herpes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nice little facility headquarters right here for us. Why not? So I got the herpes. It blew me away. I was like, whoa. See, that would have been me getting ready to go to work. Like, get your butt ready for work. But I got the herpes, and I've been stuck with the herpes now. I have, over 30 snakes here at the house. I have boas here. I got a gecko. I got a crusty gecko. I got a tarantula, Honduran curly hair. And this type of stuff, it was a progression. Again, in the beginning, what we did was just vibe and try to have fun and, network with our friends, so on and so forth. TJ, what's going on? And it was interesting to see how it all worked, how it all developed. I enjoyed the fact that it was something that was new to me, and I was learning along the way. And I was like, man, this learning aspect of it, it's really cool because I'm learning, but I'm also making friends. And I was also able to talk to others and spread what little knowledge I was learning. That meant a lot to me. So again, it's one of those things that I tried my darndest to do, to make sure happened, because it was important that connecting and networking was going on. And that being said, seeing as though we got a few folks in here right now, let's do it. Let's go ahead and do email time, because you know what? You may have done it before. Go ahead and do it again, because what you can get from this is someone that might have a question that you might have an answer to. He might or she might have been wanting to talk to you, have been wanting to reach out to you, whether it be because they know you're an abundance of knowledge or because you might be a role model that they've looked up to. I think it's amazing that we're able to take a moment to see that type of thing, that it's about the fact that we're role models, and the way that we behave, that transcends the way that you act in this community is very important. Now, that is who you are. And for me personally, I'm the type of guy that does what I feel is right. I'm going to do that. I'm going to stand behind that. I'm just going to, put my line in the sand, if you will, because that's important. I need to have boundaries. I need to set my boundaries. So that's why I surround myself with like-minded people. That journey started early on in 2018. Here I am pushing through what I see to be a fear, because I was completely scared of ball python snakes, period. It was something that made me nervous. So what I did and what I tried to do was tell myself, you've tried and overcome many of your fears. This is an animal that you're not educated on. And boom, Brian Barczyk, I'm watching some videos and he started explaining in some of these videos that the biggest thing to combat that fear was education. And so I told myself, well, let me look into what I'm doing and educate myself. Please, guys, go ahead and hit that like button. Feel free to share the live. Let's go ahead and let all of our friends know that we're live. When I do it on this format, we're not able to send out notifications. Really appreciate it. I definitely appreciate you guys. I definitely know all the effort you guys put in. That type of stuff is what it's all about. This community that we've done, boom, it's amazing. So go on out there. Even jump out, be like, dude, quick video, going live right now. Go over there, head out, hang out, chill with our friends. You can do that type of stuff. We appreciate it. Now, pushing back to the story, I was pushing through a fear of the ball pythons. But what I found was pushing through this fear of the ball pythons wasn't hard when I realized there was no venom. When I realized the snake wasn't going to get big enough to eat me. When I realized that they were very handleable. And that they, they don't mind you, they're okay with you as long as you're showing respect. That is an amazing attribute. That's an amazing thing with the snakes that blows me away. I enjoy that. I trip out on that so much because at the end of the day, you have this animal that's hanging out with you that you're vibing with, that you're enjoying, that you're sharing time with, right? We put in our time. We got to clean our animals. We got to make sure they have a good environment. In the beginning, if you guys follow, all of our ball pythons were in tanks. Yes, glass tanks. We transitioned from the glass tank to tubs. So tubs, heat mats, ambient heat. Then it was tub, heat mats, thermostat. Then it was tub, heat mats, thermostat. Oh no, we have too many snakes. We need to go ahead and buy more tubs. Emergency tub buys, buying more tubs, buying more heat mats, hooking up power strips to thermostats and saying, look, this is getting out of hand. So we transitioned into racks. Now we have racks and thermostats and sections. And I remember I had all of the racks plugged into one wall and it went out. And I was like, why does it keep? So now I have to have half the set on one side, half the set on the other side. And we went with it. The snakes that I have in quarantine technically have gone through the quarantine process, but I leave them here because the rack is here. I have them. And honestly, it's just cool to know that there's some amazing snakes here. 3 of them right there, right off the back, are from Corporal Soto. And, big shout out to Corporal Soto. So I think that was cool. And then the one on the top from Euphoric Reptiles. And, it's really interesting. And then I got my tarantula and I got my crusty gecko. So I enjoy having that opportunity to have them in the house. So pushing on from the time frame of being scared of snakes, being scared of reptiles, I needed to educate myself. What I thought was important was to vibe with like-minded people, to make sure that the people I was surrounding myself with really cared about what they really did in this community, because just, doing whatever, not really caring, that kind of stuff to me was, careless, obviously, but it could be negative. It could be, harmful. And I thought to myself, let's not be the type of people that sit back and just watch this kind of stuff. Let's be the type of people that do the things that can benefit others. What can we do? How can we do it? What is the process? What are we going to have to do to make a change? And at the end of the day, when we come together, when we vibe with one another, when we network, things happen. We're able to do something that most people wouldn't be able to do because the community has a strength. There's strength. And that strength, I think, is super important. That strength, I think, is what can actually make things happen. We can inflict change. So, that being said, we created something different. TGH was just some guys hanging out, enjoying what they were doing. I was really pushing to make sure that I set my friend up as a breeder. I had a little bit of marketing experience. I said, I can go ahead and promote this, right? I can make this something where at least he has enough voice, enough in his community to where when he's ready to do something, there's some people there. And I thought to myself, wow, there is momentum behind what we're doing. We started thinking different ways. So at the end of the day, TGH became something a bit more than just a personal breeder guy doing his thing, setting up his accounts. To me, it was more like TGH can be a network. TGH can be a resource. TGH can be a social platform of its own within social platforms. A safe space where people can go and ask questions. A place where they wouldn't feel concerned about others being negative. That to me was important. That to me blew my mind. So I appreciate those folks out there that do the hard work. Again, it's important. It's important to do what we do. It's important to show that love, guys. I see it all the time. I see people working their butts off to show love to other people in their community just by giving some attention, just by saying, this is what's up, this is what I noticed. It's truly important to be more than just someone that sits back and does nothing. If you're sitting back and you actually try your best, if you actually engage with all you got, you can make something happen. I know that it's about time. For me, it's about time. I wish that I didn't have the big change because at the end of the day, just changing time frames and all that messed up momentum, that makes things more difficult. But the message is always able and is always there for someone that wants to get it. If you are trying to be someone positive within the reptile community or social media platforms, you're going to get an opportunity to do that in a place like this because you're going to find people that are willing to help you because they want you to succeed because they're looking out for the best interest. And 9 times out of 10, not even the person, it's for the animal. We're doing these things for the animal. We're working hard to educate ourselves for the animal. We're providing the best, the very best that we can for the animal. Why are we doing that? It's for the best interest of the animal. I want to see people vibing, having fun, using their knowledge, networking, connecting with other people, and doing it all the right way. That's what I think this is all about. So, TGH as a network, as a resource, was born. We're trying to make sure that people are going to have an opportunity to bring new people into the fold, people that want to learn, people that are trying to find another avenue. I've heard the term balling on a budget, and at the end of the day, that is 100% what I think it's about. Balling on a budget for me is what it is. I was looking at it like this is super expensive. This is a hobby that I can definitely not afford to be into. Jumped into this and was like, hey, this isn't that bad. I even had the funding to do it in the beginning with no concerns. Now I actually have to budget within the family's budget, right? Like I actually put aside a certain amount of funds that have to be allocated for the animals. And I said, look, this is cool because I'm able to get my sons involved, big cleaning days, we do these things together as a family and it helps. It really makes me proud. It makes me excited to see it because things like that are happening. Everyone that truly maintains that positive attitude and is pushing forward, you guys are the ones that it's all about because I've seen the progress. How many people here have been able to network and connect with someone else just by utilizing the email time, just by people putting out their information to share with you. These types of resources, these types of time frames where we can chat with one another, where we can come together as a community, they're going to make a difference. So I brought all this up because I talk about social, connection. I talk about, what it is that we can do as a community for one another. I think that networking is great, but also showcasing, also having that ability to showcase somebody amazing. I'm going to go ahead and throw this one at you. I wanted to talk to you guys for a second, and I was going to make this a really short live today, but we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit because I think it's important. I hope whoever's watching this a little bit later, that you guys all take a moment to realize where we're coming from. We want to make sure that being a resource for the community is our first priority, but we also want to make sure that we do it the right way. We want to make sure that we help people in the community that need it, okay? How do we do that? It's by utilizing that voice. It's by having a network of people that come together when the time is right. So I'll tell you this. We've done amazing barbecues. We've spoke up for issues within the community. We have talked about people who have had the ups and the downs of life, the stress levels of being keepers, of not being keepers, of even just, being an individual going through life. We've had these type of things. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. There's a lot of emails that go back and forth between members of TGH. TGH is a solid network of like-minded people spreading hashtag positivity out there into the world. Go ahead and give me hashtag time, guys. Let's go ahead, throw that in there because that is definitely what it's about. It's a way for you guys to go ahead and express yourselves. Just have a little fun. But again, back to the topic here. I want to tell you all the work we did in 2018, that was great. The benefit right this second, the best part about this right now is I want to go ahead and get a chance for all of our friends out there in the community, send in your logos. Send in your logos or send in an image of yourself of what you are in your snake room. All I'm looking for is a solid photo of you that you'll be proud to, be showcased of you in your snake room. You're going to send that over to thegenetichunters@gmail.com. thegenetichunters@gmail.com. You're going to send that in. I'm going to collect all of these. And then what I'm going to do is set up the background of the Reptile Community Live chat space. And what I'm trying to do is I've let it go. I let it run for 4 hours. I let it run for 3 hours. I let it run for 2 hours. And I let it run for 1 hour. I've let it run for half an hour. So the game plan is to let it run for as long as possible to let everyone have that chance to network. What I'll do is try to put that out every day and just do it consistently. And if that gains some more momentum, that'll be a really cool thing to know that we still have that time frame that we can let it loose. Because, I was just going to let it run. And then that way, when people go, hang out, have time to chat and relax, you don't want to actually go look for the individual chat rooms, you could go jump in and see if they're hanging out in the live community chat space. So I thought that would be really cool. Now, here's what I'm going for. Again, send me either your logo or a picture of you in your snake room, next to your animals, next to your racks. Show me you and your setup. Take a really good, clear video picture that you'll be proud of. Send that over to thegenetichunters@gmail.com. When you send that over, what I'll do is create a nice background that rotates through all of the members of our community that are active. If you're active and you're sending it in, that's why you'll be showcased. So let's go ahead and spread the word of this. Guys, this is the big request. I'm asking for everyone to make a video. It could be a short 1 minute or less video, or even more if you'd like, that's fine. Put a short video out saying requesting this right here, saying to everybody to put out a video. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's get the video out. Let's go ahead and have them contact us, sending in their image. So we want to just basically get a nice big library of images, of a bunch of logos, of a bunch of amazing people within our community. We want to get those and put them together. Now, I have a backup plan, but it'd be really time consuming. So what I'm really trying to do is see if we can get that opportunity to get everyone, just folks that are great. Let's reach out to them. Let's showcase one another, and let's showcase them. Let's get those photos. Let's put out a video requesting for members of our community to send their logo or a picture of them in their snake room or with their animals to thegenetichunters@gmail.com. If we get that done, all right, I need to. Yeah. You know what? I definitely agree. The reason why I even have that is I had to grab that from the YouTube playlist, right? So I downloaded the music from the YouTube playlist that we're allowed to use, and then I went through them and then found some that I could play. And at the end of the day, they don't have any known music in that list that we can use. And that becomes an issue for us. I don't want to get, I've already gotten some, like, if you guys recall, we had the Genetic Hunters intro music, right? Well, we had got a copyright claim on that, but it was original music. We had someone produce it for us, but where he got the instrumental from happened to be free at that time. That site transitioned over. They sold the rights to the music to another company. That company then said, hey, we own the rights to that. So all of the videos that had the Genetic Hunters, there's a possibility that an advertisement could pop up. And when an advertisement pops up on those videos, we don't see any of that. That goes to that company and all that. So we're definitely working on trying to get some good music. I want to make that happen for the background. But at the end of the day, you know, doing the best we can with what we got. So again, guys, the big help, the big request, go ahead and make a short video for me. I mean, I see all you amazing folks here. Do me that favor. Ask the community. Ask your friends. Make a video asking your friends to make some time to take a picture of either them in their snake room with their animals or to send over their logo to the Genetic Hunter email, or you guys can get it from them, send it over, and what I'm going to do is do the whole backdrop and have that rotate in between all of these amazing people within our community. I want to go ahead and do these things to showcase people in our community. I want everyone to see what it's all about. I want to vibe with our friends. It's great that we continue to network with each other. It's great that we continue to give a voice to people that need it. I appreciate you. I got a lot of love for you. Remember, the person you were yesterday, that person is gone. And the person you are today is working on the best version of yourself for tomorrow. As always, much love, and we'll see you on the next one.